City on a Hill Productions, our mission statement is, story is the language of our hearts. Media is the language of our times. We use both to share Jesus with the world. So for the past 8 years, we have created resources that churches around the country and the world can use to leverage the power of story and the reach of media to impact their congregations and reach out to their communities. Our next major project is called The Song. And it's going to be a series of resources that churches can use in worship and in small group settings, but it's also going to be our first feature film.
The story of the song is inspired by the works of and the life of King Solomon as recorded in the Bible. And it basically tells the story of a young, aspiring singer-songwriter whose marriage and generally his life suffer when the song he writes for his wife propels him into stardom.
Do we really need another love story? But then I started thinking, well, what would it look like if God wrote the love story? And it turns out that God has told a love story. It is written in the Song of Solomon. It's just this beautiful love story between a man and a woman. We read about Solomon and his bride and how they're first attracted to each other and what that looks like.
The main character in the film is Jed King, and the film sort of follows his life from his early 20s when he's this brilliant, charismatic, wise beyond his years singer-songwriter, and it follows through his life to where he ends up, in his late 30s, burnout and world-weary. So basically, imagine a guy who could write the equivalent of the Song of Solomon at 20 and then write Ecclesiastes at 40. The first gig we see him at, he is performing at a harvest festival at a vineyard, and he meets the vineyard owner's daughter, and she just strikes him dumb. He's just completely enchanted, and he pursues her, the kind of girl that, you would love to take home to mom, just the all-American good girl. And then our third character is the other woman, Shelby. She's an aspiring musician, and she is the kind of woman you would not want to take anywhere near your mother. She's beautiful and brazen and sultry, and her singing reflects that. Basically, in the Bible, we learn that Solomon was brought down by 700 wives and 300 concubines. Well, Jed doesn't need all that because he has Shelby, and she's almost as bad.
A lot of things go on in the course of the story. A couple becomes infatuated, they court, they fall in love, they get married, we visit the honeymoon, there's fighting, there's reconciliation.
It tells an honest love story, and when you put those things together, I think the song is going to have a huge impact on marriages and on relationships for a long time to come.
Yes, this is Iconic Magazine. We're on the road with at Nashville's NRB. I don't know all the acronyms just yet, but NRB, this is where you need to be at, 2014. Last night, I saw this movie. It's called The Song. Needless to say, just go ahead, pre-order 4 DVDs. 4 DVDs, this is 2014. We want to really sell this and support this film. This is the main actor right here. I don't even know how to act right now because this is the man right here. This is the man right here, folks. He's a singer. He was funny. He brought the emotion that we need to see. My guest of honor, how you doing?
I'm doing really well now. That was incredible. I didn't take you on the road with me.
We could do that. We could go on the road with the song, tour, yes. Forget Preachers of LA. We want positive stuff out there, and the song helps relationships. So here we are. You did this great movie, great actors, great background. What comes to mind? In my mind, I'm thinking Oscar. I'm hearing Oscars. Your thoughts?
I'm not thinking Oscars. I can't do that. It was a pleasure to be a part of the film. I believe in what it says. I believe in the message. I believe in what the filmmakers are trying to do and make it an impact, an eternal impact on anybody who would watch it. So it was just a pleasure to be a part of it, and kind of get out of the way of the story. And that's what I attempted to do.
Get out of the way of the story. I was a believer. I was convinced there was nothing about. So are you a singer or the banjo?
Well, I was in the movie, so hopefully that comes across. I grew up playing and I'm a musician, and so that was was certainly a benefit playing this role. There was, I'd never played the banjo before, and that's a style of music that I'd never really had any interest in. So it was really fun as we researched that role and that project and that character to be able to get into that and to learn a lot about that genre, and fell in love with it, quite honestly. So I think it does that genre and those songs, a lot of justice, hopefully.
Okay. Well, no, I'm convinced, because he was a banjo player to me. All right. Next level, he was a genius at it. Now, was this your first project?
It's my first acting gig that I've ever been a part of. I've always had a passion for film and always wanted to do it, and I've had the opportunity to do a couple films since then. But this was my first role.
Okay, do you all hear me? This was his first, and he knocked it out the walk. If you all do not sell out this show, this movie, and support him, I don't know. I'm gonna come at you. Okay, now this is what else we're gonna do. So this is your first time. What's next?
Music and film. Those are my passions. That's what I want to do. And so just kind of looking at opportunities that come along, if they come along, and being a part of projects that I'm passionate about, just like this one. Hopefully that'll be whatever's next. We'll see.
Okay, all right. Well, I'm a believer.
Thank you.
You did it. And now the beard was something to get used to. I'm like, no more beard. But
hey, listen, I'm the one that had to put it on every day. I'm with you. Trust me.
So your passion is music and media. Is there I know the movie's coming out 2014. What's your other interests?
Well, music and film keeps me busy. I had the opportunity to do a couple films since the song.
Okay.
Films take a long time, so those will release after the song, and hopefully those will be, maybe you'll like those just as much. I don't know. We'll have to, I guess, wait and see.
For every film that he's in, I will make sure I'm there. Tickets, 5 of them. Yes, that's what I do.
Love this guy, man. Love this guy.
Too much energy, I know. I'll take it down.
No. It's great. You're balancing me out. I'm a chill guy, so you're taking it to that next level. It's good.
So we do got some other projects coming on. So when you was a child, did you envision yourself as being an actor?
I think I did. Honestly, I've like I said, I've always loved film, and I don't know if I envisioned myself necessarily being an actor, but I always knew that I was moved and impacted by film in a way that nothing else really impacted me. So once I realized that I could be a part of something that impacts other people in that way, I don't think there was really anything else that I wanted to do more, quite honestly.
I'm sold. I'm convinced. Now, for the fans that needs to follow you, do you have social media or your Facebook?
Yeah. Allen Powell 10 is the Twitter handler, I think. We have Facebook, both as an actor and as a musician. I'm a part of a band called Anthem Lights. We've got all that stuff, and YouTube and all that jazz as well. So, and this, not to mention the song. The song has the song film, Twitter, and Facebook, and all that stuff. So,
okay, so we need you all to like the song, to like Anthem Lights, and to like Powell. Allen Powell 10. We need followers. His followers should grow 100 after this. 2,000. I don't know.
I like that. It's great.
Now, you said Anthem Lights. What do you do there?
I started that band about 4 years ago. And we've had the opportunity to be doing some really cool stuff in the Christian market, and we do a lot of focus on our YouTube channel and our online content. So I get to spend a lot of time at home with the family, but making music, which is really what it's about. So it's fun.
You get to stay at home, and you're an artist?
I do. We found a way.
2014, the year of double favor. Well, whatever they say about that. And this man gets to stay at home and do the music and be the actor.
It's a privilege, man. It's a privilege.
Now, I teased about this last night, about you being a pastor. Is that something possibly?
Well, my dad is a pastor, and he's been a pastor my whole life, so I certainly grew up in that world. I don't know, man. When you come from it, you understand both sides of it. You're kind of like, I don't know about that. But, it's just, for me right now, certainly right now, it's not where my passion or my heart is. But to be making content that impacts people on an eternal scale is something that I'm very passionate about. And there's certainly, things that you can pull from that, things that I've learned from my dad that I want to, infiltrate into my band or music or acting or whatever. So right now, that's kind of where I'm at with that.
All right. The movie is The Song. It's coming out this September 2014. The man's right here. Yes, he's a singer. He's the actor. Look out for him for the next coming few years. Don't worry about the next Hobbit or all of that. No, what you want to see is The Song. Yes, and it will restore your relationship with your family, with God, all of that. This is all about saving souls. I am really honored that I got the opportunity. Iconic Magazine, NRB, the main man right here.
Pleasure was mine, man. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
One of the challenges in teaching the Song of Solomon is that it's all poetic language. So helping people learn about the characters within the poetry can be a real challenge. It's a beautiful work of poetry, but because it's poetic, sometimes the practical side of that can be missed.
Eyes like the dawn, you are beauty. The touch of your skin consumes me. You shine like the sun, you're
Because the song is taken from the Song of Solomon, which has a lot of poetic language, one of the things we wanted to be intentional with is the use of metaphor. For example, a lot of scenes take place in a vineyard. Well, the vineyard is a metaphor for love because it's a place where love grows, requires nourishment, where in fact the Song of Solomon talks about foxes being in the vineyards that have to be caught. In other words, you're going to have problems in your relationships that you're going to deal with. And so a lot of the beautiful vineyard scenes are not just there to be beautiful vineyard scenes, but actually it's a metaphor for how relationships tend to work and how love should be growing in a relationship.
Vines, they need time and space to grow. You've got to be gentle and patient. Okay.
One of the metaphors we use in the song is a chapel that Jed, the Solomon character, builds for Rose, his true love. And the plan is to get that chapel built before they get married, and that's where they're going to have the wedding. But even in the wedding, the chapel isn't quite finished yet. There's still a lot of work to be done. And we kind of see this chapel that he's building go through the movie, and it reflects the state of their relationship. When they first get married, there's a lot of work left to be done on the chapel. It's not finished yet, and that's true for marriage. They have some problems in marriage. Things start to fall apart, and we see that reflected in the chapel. Then they come back, and you see the redeeming part of it, where pieces get put back together, and it becomes a beautiful thing. And so it's not just hearing about their relationship or listening to dialogue, but it's reflected in the chapel that Jed built for Rose.
It'll look nice when it's done.
Yeah.
The challenge for us in making the song was, okay, how did we translate that poetic literature to today? And the way we do that is through music. And I couldn't be more thrilled with how that music turned out. The music helps tell the story, yes, but it also reflects the genre from the Song of Solomon. And in doing so, it helps us understand love as God meant it to be. Music captures love in a way that words cannot, because it moves past just the head and dialogue, and it gets to the heart. And so we wanted to be intentional from the beginning to make sure the song reflected the poetic nature of the Song of Solomon, and music was the best avenue to do that. What I love about the fact that it's poetic literature is it captures the beauty that I think God had in mind for love when He created it between a man and a woman. And so it's a challenge, but it's also one of my favorite things about the book. As you read about love, it's not lost on definitions and facts and here's a self-help approach. It still maintains kind of this beautiful thing that God created when He created man and woman.